What is going on, guys? It's your boy Dyllan, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. It's been a very long time. I've been trying to work on some builds for this game, but it is proving to be very difficult, to say the least, to try and come up with a very, sort of unique build that sort of other YouTubers haven't done already, or just probably ones that I have already done. I could probably update them and make them even better, but I'm not really too sure if I want to do that. But today's video is going to be on all my weapons that I have obtained so far, and all of the god rolls that I use. What sort of weapons am I using for PvP and PvE? This may help a few people out. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. Let's not waste any time. So what we're going to do is inspect my character, and I'm going to show you everything I have on him as of right now. So, I'm obviously on my Warlock, because Warlock is Bay. I've mained Warlock since the day one of Destiny 1, and I've never stopped maining Warlock since then. So, I have actually changed, as you all know, if you've been watching my videos for a while, I used to use Dawnblade all the time. It was my subclass. I used to love it so much. Used to get loads of cross-map Dawnblades, loads of highlight clips, loads of multi-kills, all that sort of stuff with it. But then Nova Warp came out, and it's converted me to Nova Warp. It's a very strong subclass at the moment. Definitely, I think it'll get nerfed just because of people crying and moaning and all that sort of stuff. Personally, I'm not really too bothered about it. All supers at the moment are overpowered in some way or another. They're all impossible to shut down. I think Bungie just need to buff special weapons towards supers, like snipers and shotguns and fusions. Make them deal more damage to supers, make us be able to shotgun someone out the super or snipe someone out the super. Add counterplay to the game, and I feel like it'll probably fix a lot of issues. But yeah, hey ho, I'm now maining Voidwalker because Dawnblade, at least on console, on Xbox, has quite a few glitches to where you'll Phoenix dive when you're trying to place your healing rift, even though you're stood on the floor. It won't one-hit kill people, deal like 67 damage when you hit them in the chest. And it's just a couple of issues with the subclass that just make it like not good. All the grenades as well are just bad. Firebolts and stuff are absolutely terrible, so that's that. Now, getting into the weapons. This is my go-to PvE sniper rifle as of right now. I absolutely love this thing. It melts in PvE. So, this is the Long Shadow. It's a Vanguard sniper rifle. I'm not really too bothered about the scopes, but I do have the ATC Rex. I've got appended mag, snapshot, and rampage. This thing is an absolute melting machine with a major spec mod on there as well, and masterwork of handling. This thing, it's just really good for all-round PvE activities. The rampage is really nice. It makes you be able to one-shot, high level enemies the more kills you get rapidly, shall we just say. So that's one of my main kinetic weapons that I'm using as of right now. Then I've got the Wishender Bow. This is again from the Shattered Throne dungeon that you can get. The only reason I have this on me is because I am in the process of getting all the eggs, all that sort of stuff, so that's the only reason I actually have that. Next thing is the Huckleberry. Been using this quite a bit, really fun in PvE, especially because of the buff to the masterwork where it reloads your entire magazine. So it's amazing. Definitely recommend trying it if you do have this exotic. Next thing is, how do you pronounce this? The Balagant. This is my shotgun for PvP currently. I just like it because it's quite snappy with the snapshot on there. I mean, there's nothing really too much else to say on it other than that, really. Next thing is the Go Figure. This thing absolutely shreds in all PvE activities. This has been my go-to pulse for the launch of the game. I got this pretty much as soon as the DLC came out, which I was very lucky with, to say the least. So I've got a Dusk Sight D1, Extended Mag, Outlaw, Rampage. Then I've got a backup mag mod in there for an even bigger mag size. Actually bumps it up to 64. I've got a range masterwork and a Bumblebee shader, so very good all-round pulse rifle. Next thing is going to be my Better Devils. Again, this will probably make a lot of people jealous with this because I don't really use this too much, just because I have the Raid hand cannon that I have absolutely fallen in love with. But I've got Sure Shot, Flared Magwell, Outlaw, Kill Clip, and a ranged masterwork. So it's pretty much the best better devils that you could probably get for PvE, at least in my opinion. So yeah, I've got a minor spec mod on there as well. You could put whatever mod in that you want to, really, doesn't really matter. So moving on from that, getting into the energy weapons now. So Nation of the Beasts. This is the God Roll Raid Hand Cannon, which is like the Fatebringer from Destiny 1. Got Dragonfly and Outlaw in here with a minor spec mod in it as well. Ranged Masterwork, just, I mean, there's nothing really too much else to say in it, that it's just an absolutely phenomenal weapon, and I absolutely love it. Next thing, Luna's Howl. This thing I was using for quite a while in PvP when I unlocked it, but again, I don't really use it anymore because I have a better weapon, which we'll get to in a second, which you can probably see anyway. Next thing, Fate Cry's Foul. Really good sniper rifle overall. I prefer this in PvP more than anything. Got a snapshot on Outlaw Man. Not really the best roll ever, but it is pretty snappy, it's pretty quick. Handling masterwork on there as well, so I don't know, it's a pretty comfortable sniper rifle. Should probably take the major spec mod off, as it's not going to do too much in PvP, but yeah, really solid sniper rifle overall. Next thing is a Subtle Calamity Bow with Dragonfly, Sneak, Bow on it, and major spec with a handling masterwork. This weapon is my go-to when it comes to high score prestige nightfalls. It just, I don't know, there's something about bows in high score nightfalls that just makes them very, very good and very effective. They deal a lot of damage and you get a lot of ammo. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing really too much else to say. Absolute beast of a bow, and this is what I actually ended up soloing the Shattered Throne with. Next thing, this is my go-to PvP weapon right now. This is my Not Forgotten. You actually get this from hitting Legend in the competitive playlist. Absolutely love it. It reminds me of Destiny 1, being able to free tap people. It rewards you for landing 2 headshots with the Magnificent Howl perk right here if you want to read it. Yeah, if you play a lot of PvP and you are decent at PvP, try and get this weapon. Without a doubt, it's honestly one of the best weapons I've ever used. It's just a time to kill. I mean, if you can land your 2 headshots and then bang the 3rd shot off into them, it's crazy. I wish I actually recorded a clip from yesterday. I was playing a couple of games of quick play, just chilling out. And I was in a gunfight with one person, and a person was actually shooting me from the left-hand side. He got 2 bullets off into me. I managed to slide forward and then like 90-degree turn to my left and 3-tap him before he could kill me. So absolutely love it, and I like to use a backup mag mod in mine just because. The extra mag size is just pretty decent. Then obviously we've got the eye-close shotgun. Pretty standard shotgun for PvE. I mean, everyone pretty much uses this in the raids, for speedruns, all that sort of good stuff. Still a very good shotgun, if not probably still the best shotgun for PvE, in my opinion. Moving on, for heavy weapons, pretty much all exotics, just because, I mean, exotic power weapons are very, very strong. So, Sleeper Stimulant, one of the more obvious ones. Very good in Gambit and PvP overall, and in PvE, obviously, it just absolutely melts. I've got the Acris in here, I've got the Warlock Coil, I've got the Tractor Cannon, Whisper of the Worm, and finally the Bad Omens. This is the God Roll Bad Omens from resetting twice in Gambit, I think. So it comes with a Blast Radius Masterwork. I've got a Boss Spec mod in here. Then it comes with Volatile Launch, Impact Casing, which increases the damage on direct hits. It's got Tracking and Cluster Bombs. So yeah, it packs one hell of a punch, by the way. So definitely, if you can reset twice in Gambit, definitely work towards it. Now that we've got all the weapons that I actually use out of the way, let's go into my vault and we'll actually check out a lot of the other legendary weapons that I, have used, or I'm planning on using, or I'm just keeping them for collection purposes because they are pretty decent rolls. So, next thing is the Raid Scout Rifle. This is a curated God Roll one. It's pretty trash, outlaw explosive rounds. Not really too keen on it, blah, 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 blah. Just kept it because it was a curated God Roll. I've got no turning back. Again, I'm only keeping this because it is just, it's the kinetic bow. There's only one of them that's legendary, so That's why I have this. Another long shadow. This one is pretty crazy. That you can actually shoot this 11 times without reloading, I think it is. So I've got an ATC rec scope on here, appended mag, which increases the magazine size, snapshot, and triple tap. And then I've got a backup mag mod in here as well. And it's crazy. It's really good in PvE. If there's a boss with a big hitbox, you can just spam this in the face and they will die guaranteed. Moving on, the Raid Pulse Rifle. Again, I've kept this just because it is the curated god roll. I've got a Talons of the Eagle. This is the Iron Banner Scout Rifle, I believe. I've got Outlaw Rampage on this. Again, I kept this just because of the perk combination. Outlaw Rampage flow really well together. When Scout Rifles get a buff, I may test this out. Stability Masterwork, so not too bad. Next, I've got a Trust. This was my go-to hand cannon for PvP in competitive when I was trying to level up and earn the Luna's Howl and get the Not Forgotten, all that sort of stuff. This was what I actually used to get to that stage. So I've got Zen Moment, Opening Shot, Extended Mag, Hammer Forged Rifling, and I've got a Radar Tuner mod in there, which I pretty much never really, got much use out of, shall we say. Then I've got a Retold Tail. This is just, again, it's a pretty decent roll. I just kept it because I've heard it is a very good shotgun. So, slide shot, quick draw on here with a range masterwork, so pretty goddamn solid. So yeah, I might have to actually test that out in PvP with maybe the Ace of Spades. We'll have to wait and see for that. Moving on, I've got the Right Side of Wrong with Outlaw and Kill Clip. Again, kept it because of the perk combination, works really well together. Range masterwork on here as well, so all good over there. Moving on, the Sleepless Rocket Launcher from the Dreaming City. I've got Kill Clip and Cluster Bombs on here. Handling masterwork, not too great. Black Powder, high velocity rounds. And yeah, I mean, it's just a rocket launcher that is arc burn, so that's why I've kept on to that. Then I've got the Mindbender's Ambition. Again, this is the curated god roll from the Nightfall Strike with the... I've forgotten which boss it is. I'm not even going to bother trying to think of which one it is, but it does have Rampage. It's got Opening Shot, Icarus for the mod, just so I can jump up in the air and shoot people. And I've got a range masterwork on it as well. So again, a very good shotgun for PvP. Definitely recommend picking one up if you can. I've got a Cut and Run Scout Rifle. Again, I'm keeping this for when Scout Rifles get a buff. It's got Rampage, Outlaw, high caliber rounds with a handling masterwork. Handling, I'd say, is pretty decent on this Scout, considering it's such a low stat on the weapon. Like my handling to be quite high, I hate feeling sluggish and slow. Next is the Age-Old Bond. Again, the only reason I've kept this is because it is the curated god roll from the raid. So it's got Rampage, 4th time's a charm with a range masterwork. Next is the Arsenic Bite. Again, I've kept this bow just because it did roll pretty decent. Rampage and Archer's Tempo. Pretty solid roll all around. But yeah, I just kept it because it is a bow and there's only a few of them in the game. Now, this I actually got from the raid this week and I couldn't believe what I'd seen when it dropped. So it's rolled with Kill Clip and Rampage, which to me is friggin' unbelievable. I'm definitely gonna have to try this thing out and see if it absolutely shreds stuff, because I mean, these perks are it's crazy. I can't believe you can actually get both of them on one weapon. So got a range masterwork on it as well, which is also pretty decent. Then I got the Toil and Trouble. This is the vendor one from Zavala that you can buy when you hit, I think it's Nightfall rank 14, if I remember correctly. So moving target, fully auto trigger system with a range masterwork. I've heard a lot of people say it's good in PvP. Personally, I'm not too keen on it. It seems to be a little bit fluffy for me. And yeah, I don't know. It just feels like I'm shooting blanks half the time. So next thing is the Duke Mark 44. Again, I've got Rampage, high caliber rounds, and Outlaw on this. I put a major spec mod in, and it's got a stability masterwork. Would have probably preferred reload speed, because the reload speed on this weapon is very, very low. However, it's a very, very good hand cannon. This is what I actually used as well when the game first came out. I got this very early on. I got a Bite of a Fox, which is from the Iron Banner, which is rolled with Rampage and Snapshot. Again, just kept this because of PvE. If I want a really high impact sniper with Snapshot and Rampage, just kept it because, you know, perks are pretty decent. The next thing is the Swarm of the Raven. This is the Iron Banner grenade launcher. I've got Rampage, Snapshot, Proximity Grenades, a Volatile launch, which I could, again, switch for even more velocity if I wanted. And I've got a Velocity Masterwork on here as well. I kept this for PvP, mainly because I know grenade launchers are pretty decent at the moment. Mainly stuff like Play of the Game is a very popular weapon. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it as things go. I mean, that's all the weapons I'm currently using. That's all my god rolls. That's all the stuff that I use on a frequent basis. All the weapons I actually have on me, I use every single day. Absolutely love them. So armor, again, I'm not really too bothered about armor. I've got the exotics on me that I'm trying to do some builds with, or, you know, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Again, more videos may be coming soon. I'm just trying to work on coming up with some unique ideas for build guides. I don't want to rush them out and then be absolutely terrible. I tried to do one with the Controverse holds for PvE, but there's so much RNG involved into it. I don't know. I might make a video on it. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this gives you a little idea on what I run and the loot I have obtained so far in the game. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have an awesome rest of your day as always, and please do take care. Peace.